fellow Nigerians, I speak to you today not as a politician seeking power, but as a watchman who sees danger approaching and refuses to remain silent. Nigeria today stands at a dangerous crossroad, and our nation is bleeding across the country, from one community to the other, from cities to city, from the rural communities. Our people are living in fear. Communities are attacked, innocent lives are taken, and destinies are being messed up and wasted. To our fields and families sleep at night uncertain about what tomorrow will bring and what tomorrow will look like. Nigeria is a blessed nation. We are a nation with great people, enormous resources, tremendous potential. Yet today we are confronted by a crisis that threatens the very foundation of our country. The greatest threat today we face is not only about the terrorists that are hiding in the forest, but it is also the terrorists and their sympathizers who hide behind politics. It is the collaborators who hide within our institutions. It is those who pretend to lead but secretly enable the forces that destroy our nation. We must speak the truth without fear as common and ordinary citizens of this country, which you are not ordinary citizens, but you are custodian of what happens to this country. Nigeria's security crisis cannot be solved if those who sympathize with terror are allowed to operate inside the institution of government. Nigeria cannot defeat terrorism if those who protect or expose terrorists continue to hide behind power. The NSS said in the past few days that terrorists are his brothers and should not be killed. Just within the last 3 weeks, we have over 80 gallant soldiers and officers that have been mourned down. My heart is grieved for the ongoing genocide, the killing of our officers. This is why I say clearly today that Nigeria must confront both enemies. The kind of insecurity we have never seen, both economic crisis and the daily destruction of our citizens. The question is, where is our president? Where is the president of Nigeria? We haven't heard, we haven't seen him right on the field. Recently, with all the war that is going on between America, Iran, and Israel, and America lost 3 soldiers and Israel lost only 7 soldiers. But in the past few weeks, Nigeria have lost over 100. And just 2 weeks ago, we have lost over 80. And the president is not there. But the president of America was right there to receive the body of his gallant soldiers. We Nigerians must be willing to confront the terrorists in the forest and the collaborators that are hiding within our institution and in Aso Rock Villa. No nation survives when those who undermine it are allowed to remain within the structure of power. This is also a direct message to Mr. President, the President of Nigeria. Mr. President, the responsibility before you is enormous. The office you occupy carries the weight of protecting more than 200 million lives. The time has come to wake up to the full reality of what Nigeria is facing. This is not a routine security problem. This is a national emergency. What started in the northeast has spread to the southwest, and now we are seeing it moving to virtually every state in this country. The Nigerian people expect decisive leadership. They expect a government that will defend the nation without hesitation and without compromise. The welfare and the safety of Nigerians must be placed above political calculation. Mr. President, the blood of innocent Nigerians must matter more than the comfort of those in power. Every terrorist network must be dismantled. Every collaborator must be exposed. Every sympathizer within institutions and in the villa that is working with you, Mr. President, must be removed. Nigeria must no longer tolerate a system where those who undermine national security are shielded by politics. Mr. President, where are you? Mr. President, where are you? Look at the surge in energy cost. Diesel has just skyrocketed. Surge in cement costs. This is a time to serve the people and make Nigeria work. Or, Mr. President, I will advise you step aside. If you do well, you don't need to campaign for re-election. Nigerians will massively vote for you instead of running here and there trying to mobilize people for your second term. If you do well, Nigerians will stand with you. Your government is busy running politics and destroying the system of democracy and governance. I am grieved as a watchman to watch this country sliding into destruction. The recent attacks across our country shows us something deeply troubling. The attack in Kwara that should lead to national mourning, the killing in Goshe in Borno State, the massive killing of our military officers, and the president is absent. Today, terrorists are becoming more organized, more daring, more confident. But the question is, Nigerians must ask, why? How can criminals continue to operate with such confidence unless they have support somewhere within the system? Shegumi confessed and said that in all these streets, the government has always been with him. Nigerians must confront this reality honestly. We cannot continue pretending. We cannot continue deceiving ourselves with liars like Bola or Mokri and others. These people represent everything that is wrong with the country. And I want to say this to you, liars that are moving around trying to change the narrative of what is going on in this country. Your sins will surely fish you out. We cannot deceive ourselves with the rubber-stamped national and state assemblies led by wicked politicians like Akpabio and his gangs. It's a tragedy that we Nigerians have entrusted our nation to this political class that are mentally unstable and sick upstairs. We cannot continue ignoring the danger before us. We must do something as Nigerians for the first time to change the narrative. But let me say this here clearly, that this is not only a responsibility for government. This is also a moment. I speak with passion as a watchman to all of you Nigerians. This is a moment for citizens. Yes, this is the moment for citizens. Nigeria belongs to all of us. Nigeria belongs to you. Nigeria belongs to me. The future of this country cannot be left in the hands of politicians alone. There was something called Financial Reporting Institute that wants to integrate the Islamic financial system into the Nigerian financial framework. Nigeria is not an Islamic nation. We have enough issues that we are dealing with. Why bring in such stuff into a country that is not an Islamic nation? This is why I say some people are bent on destroying this country and we cannot allow it. Every Nigerian must wake up to the reality of what is going on. We in the North, we see the affliction of what the so-called Sharia law has done to devastate the entire North. And this is what we are getting today. Our greatest mistakes as citizens is political disengagement. Many Nigerians have withdrawn from the democratic process because you feel you're tired. You feel you're disappointed. You feel being frustrated. But that is exactly what the corrupt political class want. They want you, the citizens, to stay away from elections. They want you, the citizens, to be coward. They want you, the citizens, to be silent and non-engaging. They want the space to remain empty so that they can continue to manipulate the system. We must, Nigeria, we must not allow that to happen. We must not allow it to happen. We cannot surrender our country to those who profit from its destruction. What we witnessed in recent election in the FCT shows clearly that Nigeria still has a long way to go in rebuilding trust in the democratic process. But abandoning the process will only make things worse. You either deal with your problem today or leave it for tomorrow with greater pain for your descendants. We cannot allow the future descendants to take up a project that they didn't know where it started, the problem began. It's time that we who saw where it drifted arrest the issue. I want to say here that no matter how good the government is, Nigeria must never become a one-party state. Nigeria must never become a one-party state. Nigeria must never become a one-party state. A one-party system destroys democracy. With the recent massive defections, Nigerian democracy is in danger. We are building a system that people are not driven by ideology, but by what will come into their private pockets and the position they can be given. Nigeria, let me say this to you. Let me say loud and clear that one-party state will destroy accountability, and it will eventually destroy the nation itself. Nigerians must never allow it. Nigerians must never allow it. What Nigeria needs is strong democratic participation. Nigeria needs at least 3 strong ideological driven parties. Strong oppositions are always required for any government to stay on track and to succeed. What Nigeria needs is active citizens, and now is the time to be active. I, as a priest, I chose that I will not stay on the sideline. I chose that I will participate in the redemption of our great country, Nigeria. We know that we need help as a people. We know that we need deliverance to rescue our country from devastation and allowing it to go into the hands of the wicked. Let me say to all Nigerians that Nigeria needs now, more than ever, a new generation of leadership that understands that public office is a responsibility and not just a privilege. We need a new voice in the National Assembly. We need new voices who are morally sound and are dead to greed. We need new leaders in the state houses of assembly. We need institutions that will hold governors accountable. We need a system that serves the people and not the individuals. We need a judiciary that will serve the people and not just a few. The judiciary today is one of the most corrupt, and citizens must cleanse it, or it will continue to give life to recklessness and corrupt leaders. Today, Nigeria's economy is struggling. Our debt continues to rise. Government is borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. Our people are suffering. But I believe something strongly, that Nigeria can still recover. Nigeria can still rise. Nigeria can still become a nation that works for its people. But then, that recovery will not happen automatically, and it will not happen accidentally. We as citizens who are tired of this yoke must be intentional and proactive to address the issues and break the yoke off our neck. It will require courage. It will require truth. It will require you and me, the citizens, who will refuse to remain silent and coward. Violence is not the solution, and therefore we must not be violent. But we must be organized as citizens. There must be an organized citizen action, a peaceful mobilization, a civic participation. This is why the next 3 months are extremely very important for you and me as Nigerians, both in Nigeria and in the diaspora. This is a critical moment in the history of our country. And I speak to every Nigerian of good conscience that you must arise. Muslims of integrity and good conscience must arise. Christians of integrity and good conscience must arise. Not those who manipulate religion for power. Not those who hide in the corridors of power, deceiving the nation. But genuine people of faith who believe in justice, who believe in truth, and who believe in righteousness. Oh, Nigeria. The blood of innocent Nigerians are crying out for justice, even though its government is spending $9 million trying to lobby in order to change the narrative. The voices of the innocent souls that have been killed is crying out. I want to say that the lives lost in communities across this country must not be forgotten. And the future of those still in captivity. You saw recently what happened to a youth copper. You saw recently a man that was kidnapped and the kidnappers asked for 100 million naira for ransom. This is why I speak today from the altar of a watchman. Many pressures have come to silence voices like mine. Threats have come from different quarters. Many discouragement have come of people saying I should slow down and allow the wickedness to continue. But I refuse to be silent, just as you cannot allow yourself to be silent. Nigeria must live. Nigeria must be safe. Nigeria must have a future. And I want to say this at this point, that after this broadcast, you have a responsibility to rescue this country. So there are 5 things I will want all of us to do. Number 1, I will want us to engage ourselves with the democratic process. I want you to register. I want you to vote. I want you to participate. Do not abandon election. Do not abandon it to corrupt officers. Number 2, demand accountability from leaders. Citizens must insist that government protect lives and defend the nation. Number 3, reject politics of division. Politics that is driven by money. Nigerians enemy benefit when Christians and Muslims fight each other. The elite conspiracy. I speak to you. Mobilize Nigerians, and I'm trusting God to mobilize Nigerians, over 10 million new Nigerians that are committed to building a better future. Let's be able to stand together in prayer. And those of you who can pray, we know that what is also going on is also spiritual. I'm believing God for 1 million people that will pray. If you are passionate about Nigeria, I'm trusting God for 1 million intercessors from all the denomination and faiths to pray for the healing of this country. And if you want to be part of this national movement, you can register through our platform. Go to www.ebomi.org and www.ibbn.org. Join the movement for a better and brighter Nigeria. Join as a citizen. Join as a mobilizer. Join as an intercessor. Finally, I want to appreciate Nigerians at home and Nigerians in the diaspora and Nigerians across the world who continue to work tirelessly. I have worked with some of you for the good of our country. I appreciate the President of the United States of America and all the congressmen and women who have stood their grounds to see to the end of the senseless, massive genocide and destruction of lives and properties. I commend you. We are grateful for lending your voice to waking up our government. I appreciate those who pray for our nation. I appreciate those of you who refuse to give up on Nigeria. Nigeria will rise up as a great nation. I appreciate those of you that are courageously speaking the truth and you are not allowing anything to demean or anything to slow down your passion. Nigeria belongs to all of us. Nigeria belongs to all of us. I want to challenge our media stations. It is time you wake up. What you saw Mehdi did, it's time that you take a challenge and a clue from it, that you need to hold our political leaders accountable and not be a brown envelope journalist. And together, we must recover the soul of this country. May God bless Nigeria, and may God bless the people of Nigeria.